Architects and building designers today still rely on 100-year-old methods of design, assembly, and construction. They still make decisions using intuition and rules of thumb, which in turn waste time and money both in the studio and on site. New, more sustainable materials and design and construction methods can reduce project development cycles, simplify and speed up construction, and basically deliver better spaces for people. But often this is simply too difficult or time-consuming for building professionals to integrate into their already complicated processes. Simply put, the building industry wants to be faster and cheaper, but lacks the knowledge and expertise to take advantage of modern technology such as automation, advanced manufacturing, offsite fabrication, and data-driven design. Our software platform enables building design professionals to take out high carbon materials such as steel and concrete and replace them with modern engineered timber. It is as easy as clicking a button, selecting from a series of options, and making informed decisions in a fraction of the time compared to traditional methods. And by the way, it reduces emissions by up to 66%. My name is Tristan, we are Woodify, and we are here to decarbonise the Australian construction industry. What we do is we provide building designers with a green building recommendation engine that provides them real-time cost, circularity, and impact feedback. It costs $50 as a software as a service monthly, and there's a consultancy for the more complicated and bespoke projects that costs $250 an hour. Our beachhead market are the 4,700 architecture firms in Australia who work in the commercial and multi-res sectors. And this grows to 9,430 architecture firms when we add the institutional and civic sectors. But the real market here are the residential builders of Australia, which number 51,250, and that's worth $36 million annually to Woodify. Without Woodify, our customers tell us that they spend up to $3,000 in a month per project designing, specifying, and verifying greener materials. With Woodify, this takes a fraction of the time and costs as little as $350 per project. This is a saving of up to $2,650. This allows building designers to meet growing community demand for greener and cheaper buildings. Our product allows designers to upload the building to the platform, where they can then select from material options where fabrication, construction, and assembly is simulated. All the while, they are provided with real-time feedback on the impact of their decisions as they work in their platform. Our advantages are speed to market, complying with new regulations, and locking in long-term agreements with suppliers and fabricators. We spoke to real building professionals with real problems. A key assumption was that designers were our key customers. We discovered that this was the case, but also developers and builders are very interested in a platform like this, which grows our beachhead market considerably. We assumed that there would be competency requirements around zero carbon buildings. We discovered that this is the case, but there are also legislative requirements incoming. And we also assumed that there would be a desire to use a software as a service platform such as Woodify. We discovered that this is the case, but any platform has to integrate tightly with the workflows that building professionals are already using day to day. Our product sees a 40% market share, which brings us a profit of $900,000 per year for the software as a service, and translating that into just a 3% share for the consultancy brings us $1.2 million per year. The construction industry itself contributes 30% of global carbon emissions. Without Woodify, this means that the materials that go into buildings contribute 120 million tonnes of CO2 per year. By simply substituting out concrete and steel with engineered timber, this can be reduced by up to 66%, and this means that construction emits less than 40 million tonnes of CO2 per year. This is equivalent to 17 million cars off the road, the annual energy usage of 9 million homes, and 15,000 wind turbines that you simply don't have to build. Woodify is Daniel Giuffre, Tristan Morgan, and Andre Smolik. We are architects and a new breed of design professionals working in the design and construction industry who leverage code and automation to deliver better buildings. This gives us an unparalleled advantage of industry insight that we are intimately familiar with through our combined years of experience on some of the largest local and international projects. We want to Woodify the world. We want to achieve a $10 million valuation by 2025. And we want to see a zero carbon Australian construction industry by 2030. Thank you.
What a slogan. We want to Woodify the world. That's so cool. All right, judges. I can see you still filling in some scorecards, and I give you a few seconds. How are you doing, Tristan?
Good, Sina. It's a lovely afternoon in WA.
Yes, I know. I feel like I can see a little bit of sunshine in the background.
It's still poking through. It's great.
Don't show off. All right.
You want to get started?
Judges, are you ready? Perfect. So Tristan, your question and answer with the judges start now.
Can I ask a really simple question?
Yes.
What is engineered wood?
Engineered wood is basically timber that, rather than being in its raw form as kind of raw lumber, it goes through a process whereby its strength is increased through engineered processes. There are several forms of it, but typically it allows for lower quality wood to be turned into much higher performing material.
And is that softwood or hardwood? So how would this work in Queensland?
It's softwood primarily if you're talking about things like LVL, but hardwood is also used for different products. So you have glue laminated timber. The popular timber at the moment is CLT with this crosslam, but yeah, it's any wood, but mostly softwood right now.
Thank you.
Hi, Tristan. Al here. Yeah, great pitch. Loved your user research. With the regulations, does it differ between state or is it like national regulations?
Oh no, we've dropped out, Dan.
Sorry.
Are you okay, Tristan? Did you hear that question?
His internet's dropped out, so I can step in.
Okay, you might have to speak up a little bit. Daniel, speak up a little bit.
Just to answer your question, yes, it's happening at a federal level.
Cool.
There's conversations at the moment with this Architects Registration Board federally about bringing that in as a competency for architects. And it's also happening at various states across Australia where they're starting to bring that in as a requirement.
Great, thank you.
So this is Ivor. Great pitch, huge impact. How are you going to reach all those architects and builders? When I renovated my house a few years ago, I was told that by the architect that the builders couldn't handle steel because that was a new technology, that we had to stick with wood.
Yes, that's a really good point. Well, we work in the industry, so we already have an insight into how the industry operates, and we already have relationships with builders and fabricators, and that's one of the parts of the product that really makes it gives us an advantage. But because it's become such an easy to use platform, it becomes really accessible. And also, our beachhead market doesn't deal with residential builders, so we're really dealing with the larger practices and the larger constructors to get it right, to get basically the growth in the market, and then we're moving into the residential market once we've proven it in the larger commercial market.
Great, thanks.
Okay, so I think we're at time there. Thank you for that, Woodify. One more round of applause.